in the weekly papers. I'll give you an assignment to check some of his writings. You agree with me that he has his own tone. And if you ask me, his tone is that of, I don't know, my emotions, right? Ujaongolera kuti kumalula ila. He's too critical. That's how strong his tone is in his writing. Okay? But as I said, when it comes to the critic style, you go beyond the work and look at him as an individual. What's his background? Kuti mufati munziru kaiona kai zote ukamali welenga mara nakao kuti ndinaye bafupi saka nani meyateke ati kujiongo licho mungu ya mkwiro taizo. That is a tone. You can talk of different kinds of tones, different tones, right? Here they are mentioning of simplicity, for example. It's a tone. Something so simple. Okay? Smartness. Pomposity. I mentioned of humor earlier on. Right? These are all tones. And these are very, very clear in each and every critic. Umatabuona toni ya zinenama. What is his tone? Is it advisor kind of? Try to serve in my favor, blah blah blah. Okay? Any questions? Sister Masai Mafuso, you don't care about what you run by their car. It's not just about following. Learning is about, it's not just following. I don't have the challenge. That's why my team was out. Because the challenge is Mafusa. So the middle of that is in a class, it has to be a different approach altogether. So, a tone usually would depend on the nature of the writer. I've given you quite a number of examples. So there's a very interesting sentence here, trying to warn you guys as the beginners in criticism, right? They're saying that as a beginning critic, you guys must learn never to pretend to be radical. You know the term radical? Yeah. And pass judgment in a loving manner. Okay? Or feigning dignity. Feigning is the feigning dignity of mind. And simply concealing the fact that you've got nothing to say. You have observed how defensive some people will be like, isn't it? All out, right? I'm not quite defensive. I'm not going to pull up on me. Am I wrong? No times. No. Yeah. There's nothing like all times in life. Okay? In life, if we say more and more, right? Don't sit with this one, right? But is that true? To everyone? Because there's nothing like all times. But generally, everybody was born with defensive instincts. Balibe amene amafuna akhale bule. And balibe amene amafuna avumereze kulapa. Very few people. Mina ndinendeka kapena mina ndini mwenyewe. But majority of us, we become so defensive. So that it's an inborn thing. That defensive mechanism is similar to what is being said here. Could it because of you want to showcase, you want to show off. But in fact, really? But because you think you are Chicago, you know, even Father, imagine I'm doing kuna muziki, right? Afike pale kwa na malenga, pengine hiyo ndio lengo. Okay? And the end result, we also what happened. He was thrown. Right? So you guys are the beginners. It's not the time to try to be seen as if you are all the time. You learn a gradual. Slowly, then you will be there. Because if you don't, and you want to pose as if, basically all you are trying to do is to conceal your inefficiency and deficiency. But people can see through you and say, is this here? Okay? Here they're talking about humor. They're saying humor is always difficult to write. Now take humor as a tone. Mutwole baadhi wote kueleza weka ukamamaliza usega usanga achimwenu. A humorous artist. Dr. Zereza Manda, I keep mentioning he was my teacher in college. He was teaching us investigative journalism. So he has his own humorous column. I hope he's still writing because it's been years now since I spoke to my weekend newspaper. So humor is always difficult to write, but here they are repeating the same. You must use an expression only because it says what you mean and not because it makes you right and clever. So, having understood what a tone is, we mentioned about styles. How then would you be able to develop your own style? Because here, what you guys are trying to do is to have your own unique style. People should be able to say, article you are about the man. Just by reading this. No, this must be chance. If you reach that level, it means you have developed your own style. Along the way, you have people who inspire you. Yes? So you start reading a lot of their work. Along the way, you start mimicking, you start copying them. It's natural, isn't it? Even football players. I never met. So you start practicing your Gomez. Musicians, who inspires you? Billy Karuna. You see that my video somehow Billy Karuna. There's a danger there because you cannot start branding yourself and say, I have my own style. Because everyone is happy on it. But people can say, another Billy Karuna. They will not respect you because you don't have your own style. So in writing as well, you understudy prominent writers. People who have already made it. They have names. So these will inspire you to start writing the way they do. But the danger is, if you simply copy and paste their style, then you are denying yourself the opportunity to create your own style. It is very commendable that you learn from those people who are in the know. It's encouraged. Okay? Because there are always one or two things that you really need to learn. But what you need to do is now to perfect whatever you are trying to copy within your own way of doing things. Now that you guys, you are into critical writing, okay? You have that responsibility to write critical pieces. But it's a sculpture, it's a painting, it's a performance. You are supposed to critique that and produce a critical piece. It is important at this level now to consider what is involved when it comes to developing that particular piece so that you develop your own style. First, alright? Remember, we are developing a style. So, you can take one. First, is to devote yourself many hours, if possible, in reading, writing, or established writers on the subject matter. I said, naberera ku nsanzo ya mpira, ya kuimba, Everybody get inspired by something. Right? So if you want to master and be like them, it's in music. You study their music. Amayimba wanji, zimateka wanji. Right? Agawa mu studio amamanga cyane. In this case, because you are now a critical writer and you want to develop your own style of writing, okay? So you devote much of your time studying, right? Reading the work of those people who inspire you, the established writers. That's why I keep saying, ladies and gentlemen, that you guys, your main responsibility, reading and writing. And of course, listening. But unfortunately, if I ask any one of you, when last did you listen to the news bulletin, local and international? What friends? Tell me 2 news stories on Zodiac and 2 on NBC. That you will say. See? But you guys are journalists. Journalists are supposed to be on top of issues. You should understand what is happening in Malawi. The status of hunger in Malawi. The declaration of the head of state on the state of disaster. What is happening in Parliament? What are the bills that are being passed? What is the state of our roads? What is government saying? What about education saying? Go to immigration and see how many people when it comes to fasting. What are people saying about the forthcoming general election? What about candidates for different political parties? These are the areas that you guys as journalists are supposed to Google. Don't just go online and Google. Unfortunately, we are spending lots of time on YouTube, spending lots of time on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Yes, it's good. But how best are we using these platforms? You find that, you remember those functions we talked about? You find that, these social media, they also satisfy different functions. Information, entertainment, influence. You remember those criticism functions? Yeah. But it's up to us to choose what functions we want to get out of the social media. I'll give you an example of the adverts that will come every time you open something you want to see. There will be advertisements, isn't it? For me, they just waste my time. I don't care. But somebody will find them interesting. If you go on TikTok, for example, some people go, for example, on YouTube just to watch music, artists of their choice. So they will Google, what's the name once again? Onesmo. And watch all his videos, music videos for 1 hour. Fine. There's an entertainment component. You are having fun, right? You are going to find videos that will satisfy other functions, information functions. You can decide to say, look, I want to start a baking business, or I want to start pineapple farming, for example. Right? If you go on YouTube, you spend 1 hour watching videos on pineapple, you have that knowledge with you. But unfortunately in Malawi, the way we use our social media, and look how much time do we spend, right? Out of the 4 of us, who has ever gone on this social media platform just to search something on critical writing and review? None. But those social medias are there to provide information, educational function. When last were you on YouTube? See? I don't know to ask you what you were watching, because you are not going to be honest. When last were you on TikTok?
Last night.
Do I need to ask you what you were enjoying there? You see? That's how wasteful we are as a nation. I'm sorry to say. Now look at, because I'm very sure that whatever you are doing on is not that much helpful. It's just the number of Sagas and Fima. Now, how long were you on TikTok? 10 minutes? 30 minutes?
Less than 30 minutes.
Less than?
30 minutes.
Was it was battery enough time? When I found the data on
No, I think I had other things to do. I had work, and I needed to sleep.
Okay. All right. But I'm just thinking how, as a country, on average, we waste our time. We misuse these forums and we choose Fungo Sangarasa short term and not think of long term issues. Because however there is opening here, yes? But rarely would we waste our time. Studying, for example. Mary, when last did you study? As in real study?
Yesterday.
Before yesterday, when else? How far is the gap between the yesterday study and the last one?
Yesterday, the other day I also did, but the other days I wasn't studying.
You see? So you wanted to study in preparation for, which is okay, right? But let's, for once, be serious. Let's not allow these things to control us. Rather, let's be in control and do the truth. Zodi people are on our own. So first thing, as I say, if you are sincere in seeking after a useful and effective style, it is helpful if you devote many hours reading, writing of established writers on the subject. So I mentioned that you spend time reading the work of those who are experts. That's one way. The third way of developing your style. On the subject is deliberate because critics are specialized kind of writers. Okay? You cannot be a critic of music and automatically automatically you become a critic of Moses. Because for you to become a critic, you need to have the knowledge of that art that you are critiquing. So there's no way you will be an expert in each and every art. So you can be an expert in sculpture, expert in painting, expert in music, expert in dancing, expert in drama. That's not possible. So you become an expert in a specific field. So if that's the area that you want to develop your style on, then you study somebody who is an expert in that particular field. That's the first one. Right? Second, what is involved to develop your own style, right? So Joyamba, and then you understand it, my expert, yes? Just to win. It's simply you write, so you begin to write. Right? You begin to write. Whatever. You begin to write and write. And write. All I'm trying to say, you do that kind of writing for many years. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, ndakandikunena kuti kantima kungonena kuti ndilembe kuti ndipambane naye. Right? Ndikatima kapeleka kumati basa ulesi. Because we say assignment. Ndikangolembera chati what do you call it? GPT. But now, because of that, where is your skill of writing? Because can be AI, can be chatting, whatever. There are so many of these IE apps. Whatever you use, it's not you. What we want is it has to be you writing, and you keep writing until you master. Because we have not begun writing. We have not attempted, we have not tried. I can challenge you. The field of journalism wasn't my choice. Even when I went to college, I tried to change, but it failed. So I just had to. Because yes, it's true. Mm-hmm. But slowly, I started developing the interest. Then I started writing. Actually, in writing, I started with struggles. Right? Then eventually, I started understanding veteran writing. Okay? Then I remember, Mr. Msu. Huh? You know him? The teacher here.
No, Christian is not teaching us.
Yeah. He is one of the few guys who inspired me.
Yeah, I know him before Kenji.
Yeah, because he's a veteran, right? So we could understand it, right? How do they write, right? We had many other writers then. We had my editor, we had the George Antonia, These were big rights. So they could coach us and look, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. Eventually I said, oh, is it that simple? Right? So, all what I'm saying is, you need to start. You need to begin writing, and keep writing. In 2-3 years, it will be nothing. It will be a master. Right? 3. Remember what we are doing? We are trying to consider what is involved in developing your own style. Letoyamba, and I will devote many hours reading writings by established writers on the subject. Chachiwiri, you must begin to write and write and write and write for many years. Okay? Check that. Never imitate styles of others as a means of developing your own. And under the same, we are saying, do not try to develop a style before you begin to write. That is very important. Don't just say, walk over and style you have not even started writing. That's why the second approach is that of begin writing. How do we begin writing? You can think of anything. Okay, I'll write a poem, for example. I'll write something about an event, for example. You write something, you show to your friend, and number of times I remember. After that review, next time you will go. I remember there was a time I used to teach at a secondary school in Balaka. Yes, I taught in Balaka. So there was this other student. He was very good in poems writing. Every now and then he would bring poems. The guy was very impressive. And this is a secondary school guy. Eventually, we started improving. Then I encouraged him to say, okay, let's submit your poems to the nation and the Heritage. And there we go. He had his poems published. That's how you start. You start writing. So you cannot develop a style before writing. But as I said, at the third point, never copy a style of anybody. Or rather, do not imitate the style of others. The other one, understand that a good style should show no sign of effort. Then I will understand. What does that mean?
Shouldn't be a struggle.
Great. Thank you. What did you say?
It should go naturally.
Should come out natural. Great. You don't have to force. It's people now, okay, here they are using the term, you remember we talked about personality earlier on, right? That's who you are, that's your personality. So your personality should be reflected in your writing. And therefore, your personality, you don't force it, do you? It's who you are. So likewise, you don't force it. It has to come naturally because it's who you are. That's what it means when we say understand that good style should show no sign of effort. Don't ever take the smallest pain in your style or think about it or try to know whether it is a style at all or not. Kumaneba kuri ndugema style yanchi. Just get right. Because it's about your personality. So, continue writing because it's your personality that is going to direct and you arrive at your point of developing your own style. Lastly, try to understand the forms of discourse. Here, what we are talking about when you talk of understanding forms of discourse, these are basically the simple issues that you guys as writers must never neglect. Right? Description, for example. Okay? Exposition. Argumentation. Right? Narration. All these would increase the attractiveness of your writing in both form and style. So don't ever forget about this thing. But 4-5 on how you can develop your own style.
To devote yourself many hours in reading, writing, and satisfaction.
That we
One must begin to read.
and write and keep writing. Chances this time,
Never imitate the idea.
don't imitate. The fourth one,
Knowledge from the veteran.
okay. The last one,
Efforts do not show that effort.
should come naturally.
Naturally.
Great. Any question? So, from what we have discussed, we can comfortably say that when you talk of a style, we are talking of your personal characteristics, who you are, right?
Yes.
Meaning that if your style does not come out naturally, then you can and should acquire it. And also, We have learned that you can always improve your style. It is allowed to borrow characteristics of others, but don't copy it. You simply borrow through practice and self-criticism. Any questions? Solo, me valore. Download. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to reviewing now. Okay? We'll see how we can review a number of artistic components, right? For example, a review of the fine arts. How do we go about it? Do we know what fine art is? What is fine art? Or anyone of you?
Fine art.
At the Chancellor College, they have got the whole department of fine art. Fine arts.
Do they know stuff for what?
Huh?
I'm just thinking.
Try to go for that and let us know. Fine art.
The combination of various art courses such as painting, dancing, painting, photography, and filmmaking. That's what my people say.
Yeah, but what makes it fine? Because that should be the question, isn't it? Why is it called fine art? Okay, other than that, as you're looking at that, we are also to see how we can review a book, how we can review a stage play, for example, or drama, music, TV, and so on and so forth. So just keep observing. Some characteristics will be similar, others will be different, depending on the kind of art we are trying to review. For example, a review of a book may not necessarily be similar to reviewing of a painting, for example, because painting is a typical example of fine art, right? There are some characteristics or issues that we are going to appreciate as to why it could be kind of easier to critique a book. Because for a book, we'll make reference to the usual material form. You remember those things we did? Where then you're going to form, you're going to categorize it, whether it's a prose, it's a drama, it's whatever, right? So dhana mawele zuroni. Mano.
No.
Oh.
Yes, that is good.
Huh?
Yes, article.
That's study. I thought you cheated at study. The last time you studied was.
Yesterday.
So you were studying in that. Interesting. What subject is that?
Reading, reporting, reading.
Okay. But you need to remember. You know why you don't remember? Because you only listen. No, in class. Have you observed when you are doing discussion? Do you guys have time for discussion in the class? You don't. Yeah. I know. It's only when you get mature then you say, so this is important. I used to have a class by late Manganda. Yeah, this guy, very rare would he give individual assignments. It was mostly group work. So what he was trying to do was to try to instill in us a sense of teamwork, a sense of taking responsibility. Okay? In life these days, many amabanga survive. You will can't success. Very few. From a majority, even yes, and I don't prove that. Huh? Do you think yes to Nagabanga is a Saga Tamabanga without proof that? I know what he's done. I mean, he was the Son of God. He didn't need anybody. Zero Mandela was Maventurena, yes. Amanena, Ugita, Umugita, and Tenama Mugita, Brother. Tenama Fit, Amanuha. The Nadam Dut, Kalimani Ramaku, Anam Dut, Anakalimimo. So it's needed right? But yes, I actually am going to Zubaraza, Zubara is over Samagara. All I'm saying, teamwork is very important. In a university like this one, it's encouraged, even when a lecture is not present, right? And all of you came, the lecture has been delayed, or you have cancelled the class. Don't despair. Don't get frustrated. Take it as an opportunity to work preferably as a team and not individually. Because when you work as an individual, the challenge in any way or normal, I have some work to do. That might take me maybe an hour or two. But if I go to room by room, if I'm alone there, this will be my next friend. And you agree with me, but it's maybe I'll check your phone, WhatsApp, Facebook. Things that will not add value on my life. But then it's got trouble. Guys, do you want to discuss topic here? So there's sense of discipline. I'm in my own business. But below him, there's a team. And if in ownership, my business, I'm in my own team. The human resources. but Amalawi like you and me, who did a business and fight the mono, never surprised it in our tower. Then let's come together, come to a name. Tell you, number to the hospital, is open to business. You know, so we are too much into individualism, which is dangerous. Okay? That is the outside this topic. We should learn culture, really achieve more. Okay, so I'll simply introduce this. Do you guys have another class after this? Oh, we don't like it. When last did we meet? The night that you have my time is okay, as she's going, and we are
for us who are doing this, we will be having the online classes, right?
yeah.
And I want to ask about, like, since we generate the exams, you're going to give us assignments. Right.
I'll be direct. But I don't mind. But if I'm to give you assignment, then it will be true. Because one should cover the normal assignment, and the other one should cover
The meeting.
Yes. Yeah, but then I wish kila napokea haya.
Yeah.
Kuti musapeze bona mipira. Chifukwa sinimaga wa maswiti when it comes to marketing. Yes. Okay. Chan. Yes. Unaelewa?
Yes.
What's your name?
My name is Sophie.
00322. Okay. This is yours?
Yes, ma'am.
Come sir. I was too lenient for you guys. How can I give you a stick for just writing here? You're right. Next time I won't be that lenient. Okay. Sign one. Okay, so I said that we'll start with the fine art. Specifically, we'll be thinking about painting and the sculpture. We know what sculpture is, isn't it? Yeah. Volleyball. For my volleyball is different depending on the material, right? Some will form sculpture from marble, some will form sculpture from rock, some will form sculpture from plastic, right? Josema. Okay? but we'll also be talking about the paintings. So all these things, interesting, especially the painting, are putting their value appreciate time. Okay? Who is the most popular painter that you know? The French painter. What's his name? Can you Google French most popular painter? He's French because I know he's French. It's Paul Gauguin, the Georges Seurat, Elie Claude. Huh? Huh?
I searched the first most popular painter. So the king is Elie Claude, Piero Auguste Renoir, Paul Cézanne, Claude Monet, and then one.
No, that's not the one I'm looking for.
Paul Gauguin.
Okay, maybe it's not French. Just Google the most popular painter. Okay, the most expensive painting.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, there's Da Vinci.
There's Pablo.
One. Yeah, there's Pablo. Pablo is not French.
Pablo Picasso.
Yeah, Picasso.
Michelangelo.
Yeah, but I was looking at Picasso. Yeah, if you Google Picasso and you see, you know, where was he? Zagazaki. Leonardo da Vinci, we know, right? The one we have watched Da Vinci Code. Huh? Yes. It's a good movie, Da Vinci Code. Watch it. It's on the basis of Leonardo da Vinci. So there's a movie called Da Vinci Code. Google it, find it. It takes Mufwanze around the churches because it's like a critical kind of presentation. So I was talking of Picasso. Picasso is a French. Which year?
1881 to 1972.
Now this guy, just Google the most expensive pictures of Picasso.
The price for Marie Theresa, which was done in 1932, it was $94.2 million US.
Is that small money?
That's a lot of money.
Just to be true. Then palichitunzi cha Leonardo da Vinci amango ika mai nowadays. It's called the Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa. It's valued at over 100 million. The beauty about art, the beauty about art, the value will